Okay. So, last session, you guys had made your way into the control room of this large arcane mechanical device that filled water into, or at least moved water outside of the control room into this large pool, 100 feet by 80 feet approximately, with a large platform above it and catwalks connecting. And as the machine was operating, the platform was lowering. Things were falling into that pool and suddenly disappearing just as they broke kind of the top of that water line. You did encounter some Sard that you disposed of, as well as 3 corrupted sentries, which were essentially, it appeared, constructs that had taken on aberration qualities. They were deformed. And you guys were able to deal with one of them. One of them is currently dead, but the other 2 are still alive. You have escaped from the immediate area. You have taken up to the air, but these things have shown the ability to use Scorching Ray, as well as other capabilities. Mostly you guys were in the process of kind of getting up above the platform, out of their way to some extent, in order to watch the platform sink to see what happens. So, with that, I think we're still in initiative. That's weird. It doesn't show initiative anymore. Huh.
You said we're kind of in quasi initiative, I think, but
okay, yes. We kind of broke initiative at this point because both of the constructs are not in a position to do anything in this moment. So you guys are kind of resetting things. You've broken action, kind of a retreat of sorts. So yeah, tell me, I guess, what you are looking to do.
I think what we discussed, well, first Max and Lannery were going to move over and get onto the platform that we're on. Which kind of puts us effectively out of sight from anything below. And once we're up here, we're going to take a look around, see what we can see, but also the platform's about to go in the water, and I think or at least I was curious about what's going to happen.
Okay.
I want to see what becomes of this platform moving into the water.
Okay. So,
but that's just, I don't know if anybody else had any other things that they were really wanting to accomplish here.
If not, Landray, go ahead and give me the dex check to control the parasail to get you up above. Yeah, that'll easily get you guys up. You are able to join. I'm just going to shift Medolfir and Finray slightly. So you guys are above this platform, just above it. In that time, you do at times lose line of sight as this being has shifted during that period underneath the platform while climbing on the walls. This one also shifted underneath this platform, and for the moment, you've lost track of where they might be. So that was the last known position that you saw them. A few moments pass as the platform continues to lower methodically down into, or at least towards, the roiling water below. The water has raised. It's essentially come up so that it's covering the formerly walkable platform areas that are coming down from each of these stairwells. So the water is now lapping at the stairs that are adjacent to the walls here. Medolfir, what are you trying to spot with that?
So I want to look to what's basically to the south of this map, right? Maybe beyond this area. Because I know, I think the way we're looking at this, oriented south of this map is actually like north of the ruins page. If I'm,
I think it's pretty much oriented north is north. Let me load.
Okay,
yeah,
then
north is north generally in here.
Okay, so instead of south and well, I guess that spot check is just basically whatever I could see to field of vision all around.
Sure. Yeah, from this height now, you guys are above the kind of lip of the. There's kind of a lake here, right? So you guys are in the center of this water body. Sorry, I'm just flipping over to the map over here. Yeah, from 85 feet up above the platform, you definitely see the edges. You see that there is kind of an abutment to your direct north up here. There was debris that you see from up here in the water. And again, your position right now is within this kind of just gray box. It has stone walls, and around it, lower than the water level in the step pool itself, you see the water down low. It's kind of confusing. It's like a bathtub inside of a lake, right?
Right.
So
that the water that's on the outside there, outside the square, is it the same coloration as the liquid that's in here?
Yes, generally it's kind of a greenish hue of water. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys continuing to watch the platform lower? 24 seconds goes by.
I want to make another check here. Listen, check. Yeah. Okay. It is what it is.
The loud noises of the actual mechanism, there's massive gears that control this enormous platform coming down on these columns, and it's just so cacophonous that even if you were expertly tuned in to some other sound, it'd be almost impossible to hear anything over this this motorized sound. However,
I was gonna say I am gonna suggest that we hover up, lift up.
You want to go higher up?
Yeah, just straight up higher.
Okay, Landry, are you also doing that?
Yeah, I would follow.
Okay, so let me go ahead and roll thing raise, and you go ahead and roll yours to get up higher.
Oh, that almost landed on a 1. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are generally in a safe-ish position right now, but okay. So yeah, you guys are able to lift up to 120 feet up until, well, I mean, I guess you could go even higher than that. How high up do you want to go?
I would say, I don't know. My thought is if that little mechanism is crawling up here, kind of at least enough to be out of reach range. I mean, I know he's slung some spells at us, but I don't know the extent of his range of any of its abilities. So,
Max, you know how far Scorching Ray can reach, generally.
Do I?
I mean, your character would.
Okay.
So you can use meta to establish that if you wish.
It's close range, so that probably like 30, 40, 50 feet, something like that.
So you'd feel pretty safe even if you were just like at 100 feet, unless these things climbed all the way up the platform and the abutments, which you might see.
Here's a question. The platform on the left and the right,
yeah,
do they go off anywhere, or are they just like hanging onto the wall?
No, they do. So this wall is below these platforms. This edge wall here forms like an abutment that holds it up, and then it gets cantilevered out to the platform edge here. So you can go under it here. And then to the left here, it goes over the waterway from the map, that larger lake, and it has different kinds of like support columns that go into the lake until it finally gets all the way to the edges of the lake. So this extends several hundred feet around the bathtub, outward to the left and right.
Okay.
So hey, the max movement range of this is what? If like do full round movement, they're 60.
I think you guys saw them move about normal speed. They moved like you would move.
No, the tapestries.
Yeah, the parasails go 60.
Yeah. Well, if Max says close range, I say let's go as far as we are able to go around. Oh.
Okay, so you guys go up to 145 feet, which is starting to near kind of the top of the cavern anyways. You have only about another 50 feet or so to the top of this cavern. Okay.
Are there any additional openings as we rise in this area?
Yeah, I mean, everywhere around you, if you can fly, it's wide open. This little bathtub has no openings to it, no. But everywhere, you've taken up now well above the walls of this bathtub. So you're in the open cavern. There is potentially an invisible barrier on that to your right if you kept going. That's what you guys hit that one time when you tried to come directly here. But other than that, you can go wherever you want on the map on the left side.
So, in all fairness, I was thinking 60 feet rather than 145. But I mean, if it makes sense to be all the way up. Oh, I see what you mean. We were already at 85. You said
you were already at 85.
We went to one. Okay. Yeah.
You do notice as you're sort of maneuvering and moving up, as the platform continues to get lower, now only about 30 feet off of the roiling water. The water in the bathtub, it's almost like it's illuminating slightly. There's just kind of this like grayish white tone that's starting to come from deep down in it and filling it with light.
Yeah, I'm curious on what's gonna come up or back out of it. So if there's no perceived immediate threats other than, of course, we're very high in the air, I say we kind of just wait, or maybe even, I don't know, guys, what do you think? Like move to the north or south instead of being over just this platform. I don't know. That's it. I don't know if there's any difference. I guess maybe move to the north at height.
Okay.
So that if we are going to continue going to that abutment or whatever, we're that much closer to it.
Okay. I'll hold the last dex check. There's nothing endangering you right now.
So like right about here or something?
Sure. Yeah, okay. Just sort of out of the way of the what's happening below.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can do that.
But still in view of it, right?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we'll say you're off map right now, but I'll hold you in map. You guys are sufficiently far away, sort of 60, 80 feet away from the water, but still 145 feet up. The platform is now much closer to the roiling water. As the water is coming up, it is almost filled the entire cross shape down below. So essentially, you see these walls here. The water level has now come up like this. Sorry, you'll see it in a second. so that any place you could have walked outside of the actual control room, which is higher than the rest of those spaces, pretty much that whole area is now filled with water that's roiling, as the platform is only a few feet above it, and the light that you were seeing down below has now become like a flashlight's level of intensity, as if a flashlight's like being burst out from this. It's illuminating the airspace above it. You can see light on the cavern ceiling being just as a spectrum erupting from the water outward. And the water itself has now taken on a color that's almost white because of how much just pure light energy you see within the water. And as the final sort of moments of the platform lowering, it comes just to the surface of the water, and a brilliant light erupts. It fills every space that you guys can see, to the point where it kind of causes like snow blindness in your eyes momentarily. And when you open your eyes again, the water has stopped roiling, and the platform has held in position there for just a few seconds. It begins to rise back up towards its original position. And after a few more moments, you could definitely tell that the water that was roiling, now calm, is starting to slowly lower in that bathtub. What are you guys doing?
Kind of quick look around the area, see if I can spot the constructs moving.
Holding your last spot check. If anybody else wants to do a spot check, feel free. Medolfir, as you look around, you do not see the constructs. Okay. Whether there is some place that they went to, or they're climbing, so maybe they've gone onto the backside of the bathtub. The brilliant light alone sort of gave them enough that your eyes adjusted for like 20 seconds back to normal.
Yeah, sure.
So perhaps they moved in that period, but you do not see them in that bathtub anymore.
All right.
Max, Lanray, essentially the same result. Unless you're spotting for anything different. The light in the water has dissipated completely. It didn't immediately fade away, but that brilliant flash went away instantaneously. But now you're left with almost like that way that incandescent lights kind of just have that little bit of a glow as they cool off, fading into the water. After a minute or so, the platform has raised all the way back up to the top.
Is there anything on the platform?
As you look at the platform itself, no, there's nothing in there. Why it didn't disappear like the objects that fell towards the water, it's unclear, but you do believe that the platform was submerged momentarily.
Continue. What happens? I'm interested to see if the water calms back down and lowers back down to what it was prior to us activating the mechanism. Like maybe the mechanism finished its cycle and now it's turning off.
Yeah, I mean, as you continue to observe, are you guys staying as high and far away as you were before, or are you trying to go back and see if there's any details that are hard to see from up here?
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Maybe a little closer if from where we're at, the platform like looks like maybe there might be details. Might be something we're not able to see from the distance we're at. Maybe move a little closer and see if there's anything. But
yeah, as we do that, I would just be on the lookout for constructs.
Sure. Yeah, that's doable.
So maybe go down about 40 feet. I don't know. I don't know what's good.
Okay. 40 feet would put you back at right about 100. About 20 feet above where you guys were floating before. 20 feet above the platform sort of level. Okay.
Is the area we're at basically the same height as the platforms?
Yes, those abutments that you were above before is now returned to the same elevation as the platform itself. So I'll mark that at about 80 feet above.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everything feels very calm now. Do you wish to confirm that in some way? Yeah, it just doesn't seem like there's any movement occurring currently. It is very still. You don't know if it's still in the control room, but the sounds of water movement, the motors of the platform have suddenly come to a stop when it returned back, and it sent kind of a loud clicking echo throughout the cavern. But after that, back to the silence of this cavern.
I do have a question back on the Gnomish Runes map.
Mm-hmm.
Ruins. I know we're in this little area to the side, and we've got a good view north and south. But where the map actually cuts off there on the west side of the map, is that cavern wall, or is there more cavern area to the west?
There is essentially a cavern wall that rises very quickly at that point to the west. For the most part, what you see is some walls of maybe some structures that were in that location, but anything that was located over there seems almost like it was ripped in half. Like, it's weird. You've seen a lot of these ruins before, and there's been kind of a natural erosion of like a rock slide or stalactites kind of slowly eroding into them. Here, it's like everything that you're seeing in this zone just got ripped out of place. There's like metal poles and things that are sticking out of the ground. There's bricks that are half strewn off the cliff faces. It's different than the ruins that you've seen, both in the rest of this city and in Alajo and Randerfang.
So Medolfer's thoughts on this area that we're in, right, with that protective wall up, is there was obviously something that happened in the larger area, right? There was some kind of major battle, if you will, and it almost seems like this area put up that defensive wall to keep anything to the right of it from affecting it. But it does look like it still had some issues, right? But I think largely it's this wall of force that's protecting it was put up to protect it from anything that was going on to the right of it, where the cone is and where the building is that had the elder brain hanging out in it. So kind of like a bastion, like maybe the original denizens bastioned here, and then this platform mechanism is a way for them to teleport somewhere, right? It obviously goes somewhere. I don't know where, but I think at this point we see what happens here, but nothing seems to have come back that we can see anyway. But I'm curious as to what we may find in the buildings to the north. So I would say maybe let's make our way north to start exploring that area and see if we pick up any clues as to what happened here or what this place is for or any of that. I don't know what you guys think.
As you discuss that, I need everyone to roll me a d20.
Sus.
Oh shoot, who is rolling that?
I think, I don't know. I clicked on that roll of 1d20 almost immediately as you posted it. So
Okay, yeah. For some reason, you're set as party right now. So
it's just whichever token is selected at the
selected.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I didn't realize that.
No worries. It's clear now who's who. Okay. Let me check one thing real quick. Okay. Max
The
is
circus
very
music is
interesting.
starting.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys are bunched up, so it's hard to tell where each person is. Okay, noted Max. And Medolfir. Nope, that's Finry. Gotta check him too. Okay. And Lanray, checking you. Okay. Let me just roll something for Finry real quick. Okay, he rolled okay. Alright, one more check of something. Okay. Lanray and Medolfir. Check your Discord channels shortly. Oh, please.
Positively giddy with suspense.
Okay, so Lanray, you should have received something. Medolfir, you should have received something. Before either of you respond to that, Finry speaks up, and he goes, I wonder what happened to the dial down below, and if there's other controls in this vicinity.
And I say I see a series of controls. We need to adjust them to stop what's happening.
Yeah, I think I see it.
Finry kind of begins going ahead with you, Medolfir, down into the wall above this bathtub. There seems to be a control over here that Finry is going to guide both of you over towards. Lanray, you're in control of the other parasail. You going to go ahead and follow suit with Finry, I take it?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Max, you're flying with Lanray. You doing anything?
Not sure. I don't think so.
Max, as you guys reach over to here, Finry, Lanray, and Medolfir, you all dismount and see off the parasail on the top of this wall here at 80 feet now, which is the height of this bathtub. You see almost like you wouldn't even call it a control, Max, what they're seeing. Like, it's clearly something. It's like a button of some sort. It doesn't seem to be particularly noted or signaged or, any kind of recognition of it. But now you see what almost would be imperceivable from the distance that you guys are standing. It looks identical to the stone around it. And Landray, Medolfir, and Finray are all kind of looking at this location. And you see what is like a lever that is on a gray metal sort of square where you guys are standing. They seem to be intent on pulling that lever, Max.
Whose intent?
Medolfir, Finray, and Landray all approach that lever.
All right.
Finray is trying to figure out if there's like a trap on it or anything. He's looking around sort of gently.
Can I... Okay. Is there any like tubes and stuff coming off of that lever, or is it just straight up a lever in a plain wall?
If you were to disassemble, it's on the floor actually. It's not even on the wall. It's on the floor of this sort of upper bathtub ridge that you guys are standing on now. If you were to remove the kind of plate that the lever seems to be seated on, there might be mechanisms underneath. Finray kind of is already tooling around trying to find a seam with his dagger, just kind of tilting it a little bit to see if it pulls up.
I think I still have Mage Hand up, do I?
Yeah, you would. You have not been... Oh, no, you got hit. Oh. I think I missed a concentration check for your being hit before. But it would have been a 17. You only took 17 damage, so I think you're automatic on 17 damage anyways.
Was it 17 all at once?
I'd have to go back. I'll just go ahead and say you're still holding concentration.
Okay.
You have a very high concentration, so it probably would have passed.
Yeah, I say, hey, hold on. Let me see if I can get... Do you want me to just manipulate that lever from afar?
Finray speaks up specifically and goes, yeah, we just need to... I'm just worried that this is a cycle that will restart again unless we somehow reset this. I tried messing around with the dial inside the control room, but whatever I was doing, it wouldn't stop the function. So I'm just a bit worried that this is going to keep repeating.
So I back off a little bit, along with kind of like motion or bend back a little bit, and I use the hand to remove that cover.
Okay, yeah.
Nothing happens. They're just stuck.
No, as you pick it up, like it's not like a trap or anything. As you pick it up, the little plate comes off, and you can now see underneath that lever there is kind of like a rod that would get pulled, and it goes into the sidewall there, and you can see kind of just a turning mechanism, like a spindle of some sort on there. It's not dissimilar to the one that you saw in the pump house.
Is it like the gears in a clock?
Kind of. It seems like it's almost like a stop, though, right now. Like, this thing would naturally spin if you were... right now, like, the gear is in a locked position, but if you were to move the lever, that lock might come off, allowing the actual mechanism to spin.
Well, okay, I turn to Finray and say, so, and I point to, like, where it looks like the gear is in locked position, and I say, do we just want to gum up the works here so it stays in this position? Or, because it doesn't It seems like it's already in a stop position. That's what you're trying to do, right, Finray?
Finray is like debating it with you, and he's like, I'm not quite sure. Everything down here seems so alien.
Okay.
I'm not really quite sure what I'm trying to do. I just feel like we need to pull this.
You guys are taking too long. I reach out and pull it.
Oh, man.
Medolfir grabs the lever and pulls it, and as he does, you hear that familiar sound that you heard before in the pump house. The movement of water, the grinding of some sort of like a screw pump turning. And as you look out without even a spot check, you can notice that the water in the bathtub that was still here begins to lower. Moments pass, and it lowers and lowers and lowers and lowers. And it shows that there's actually like this large space underneath the water, down deeper.
Just like draining out?
It's draining out. And what you see as it drains out is this whirling, chaotic, arcane space. And in the center of that space is clearly like a ring of chains. What's between those chains in the center is hard to see. There's the chaos of magic that is just swirling in as a spear at the center is impossible to see through, almost like a fog. But it clearly is kind of like a space down there. And as the water completely drains down to the point where you can't even see it in there anymore, you just all hear in your ears, and it's almost like, Medolfir, you're waking up from a dream. Same with you, Lanray. A voice that just goes, "Release me."
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
Okay, so kind of snapped out of it now?
Yeah.
Do I feel
You feel like you were
Yes.
walking. You feel like you
Yeah.
were like sleepwalking. Same with you, Lanray.
Can I shift the lever back into this other position?
You could try, yeah.
Yeah, try.
You push the lever back, and the pump stops. You no longer hear that grinding pump sound. But water doesn't rush back into the space. I beseech you, do this, and I shall fulfill what you ask. I have great powers.
I want to do a knowledge check against whatever kind of creature this is. What do I roll?
Okay. Well, you can't really see the creature because you believe it to be within this chaotic field of light. You can definitely try a knowledge.
Since I can't see it, no, that doesn't make any sense. So, can I, seeing the field, can I try to look into my research in the past and figure out what kind of a field it actually is? Like,
Yeah,
other than
you
just
can definitely-
Arcana, I mean.
Or I would allow your archivist capability too that you use. Either one is fine. It might have different outcomes, but
What, the dark knowledge?
yeah, your dark knowledge potentially.
Against the creature?
Well, against the sort of field in this place, yeah.
Specifically, it's against the creature that works against.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, you believe that what you're viewing is an effect of whatever creature is speaking out to you, but yeah, you can do Knowledge Arcana.
Hey, is the voice that we're hearing, is it an actual audio, like audible voice, or is it maybe?
No,
like,
it is in your head. At first, you're like, everyone's hearing this at the same time, but It's clearly in your heads. The one thing that Finri speaks up and says is, did you guys just hear somebody speaking in Gnomish in your heads? But you guys heard it in Common. Madolfir, you heard it in Orcish. Landray, you heard it in Elven. But it was all telepathically in your heads at the same time.
I'm like, no, silly, that was an Orcish, obviously.
Max, what did you roll? 29. What would that
Can
cover as a spell effect in place? That would be like up to...
Hold on. So if we're looking at spell effects, I should have rolled spellcraft, right?
Yes, you are correct. It should have been a spellcraft, not a knowledge arcana.
All right.
If you're trying to actually see like a effect in place.
Yeah.
Not when cast. Identify a spell that's already in place and in effect. Okay. Yeah, that covers pretty much level 20. That's not a thing. You have heard about a spell that looks like this. It's a 9th level spell that is called Prismatic Sphere. But it's not affecting you at all. Whatever this prismatic sphere is doing is like inward facing, it's not affecting you at all.
So earlier you said that it looks like this effect is coming from whatever is inside there.
Mm-hmm.
So Max is kind of like trying to put 2 and 2 together and be like, okay, it wants to be released. If it's doing it itself, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I start to look around to see if there's any mechanisms that might be putting the field in place from an external source.
Yeah, I mean, this well is like 30 feet down. So from where you guys are, staying nice and far away, 110 feet above and, 70 feet off center, as you kind of look down into this well and, the big things that you see from this distance are these massive, thick, like ship chains. The links are the size of Madolfi's.
Does anybody have spyglasses? Does anybody have a spyglass? Sorry, on the team.
Something Finnery might have. Let me check his inventory while you guys check.
It's not in the bag of holding, I don't think.
No, Finnery doesn't have one.
You don't need to see things far away.
I have a spyglass, actually.
Nice. That makes sense.
Max kind of looks over to Landray and says, "Hey, can I borrow this for a second?"
Yeah, and I toss it over to him.
Oh, tossing things to Max is always a good
idea. I hand it gently over to him.
Yeah,
as you hand it gently. Yeah, as you hand it gently, Max has almost drops it, but he uses mage chance to pick it to catch it before it falls down. All right, I'm gonna use the spyglass to start scanning all around to see if I can pick up on any arcane device that might be hinting at being a source or whatever.
Yeah, you start scanning this zone, and as soon as you put the spyglass in and you look into that chaotic central sphere, you're like, that is madness. I cannot see anything through that. But as you look around the edges of it, you see those ship chains, and you notice that the ship chains have a sheen to them that moves almost like a magic sheen that is encircling around that sphere. Constantly going around and around, and you see that
it's like a circuit.
Like a circuit, and on the bottom left, you see that there might be a source for it. As you see inside of it, there is a massive bluish crystal that is humming, and it's just going. You can almost hear the kind of reverberation as its light is intensifying and calming each time that little sheen circuit comes around the circle. Give me a second. Madolfir has requested something.
Whispers.
Lots of whispers. Oop. I hate how that happens. You can't copy out of the journals sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't grab into the clipboard properly.
You have to actually go to the edit of it, which is really annoying. I could, I guess, just do clippets. Okay, there you go, Midolfir. Yeah, Max, you it takes you a little bit to like investigate this space, even with your spellcraft check, because the spyglass narrows it down so much that it's taking you a while. So I'm going to take a pause on you, Max, in this moment, because this is happening simultaneously.
By the way, Control-C should work for copying a selection in a notebook. It doesn't give you, like, you can't right-click to get, like, copy menu, but you can Control-C, I think.
I don't think so.
Sometimes it doesn't work. I've tried.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it does and it doesn't. It's kind of hit or miss.
That's weird. It did just work, but it didn't when I just tried. Okay.
I don't know.
No. That's fair. Like I tried it again. It did work this time. Okay. So Midolfir, is there anything that you're taking from that?
Another question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Midolfir just, like, to the rest of you right now, Midolfir just kind of looks like he's taken like 1,000-yard stare.
Can I do sense motive?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, it's not, I'm probably going to fail. It's not a bad die roll. I don't know.
It's like, you've seen children learning how to read, Max. And Midolfir, as he's like staring 1,000 yard, it's kind of like a kid who's just starting to read, who's mouthing the words when he's reading a book. But Midolfir's just kind of standing there staring out 1,000 yards, but his lips are moving, but nothing's coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
Sorry, Midolfir, I just had to.
No, that's great. That's great flavor.
Is that an accurate characterization?
Yes, absolutely.
So as I'm looking through, hold on, no, I'm taking time because I have to look at it. Okay, I'll shut up.
Yes.
Sorry.
No worries.
No.
Lanray, what are you up to?
I mean, I am looking at Max and watching him do his thing, and I'm just kind of looking out for any threats, really. And anything that might seem unusual that I will try to point out or be on top of.
Okay. You just keep hearing a voice that is asking you the same thing that it did before. It's just like, I beseech you, release me. I have been imprisoned.
And I'm just double checking and saying, basically, does anybody else hear this? To make sure.
Yeah.
Max, while still looking at the glasses, is like, yep, I hear it. Don't trust it.
Oh, I was just going to let him.
Midolfir's just in his own little world right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I'm definitely out of it because I was, because of what happened earlier. So, it's like,
Midolfir is currently getting a lore dump. So
you know how like when I don't know which one of you had. I think everybody here has kids, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
When they get real quiet, it makes you worried, right?
Right.
That is 100% the vibes right now.
Yeah. So like, because I haven't heard from Midolfir for a while, I just sort of say, stay away from the lever, Midolfir.
Okay. Finry is still investigating that lever, but he's not touching anything, and he's just like, don't worry, I'll make sure he doesn't pull anything random.
Let me finish reading this paragraph here real quick before anybody does anything.
Yep.
Okay.
You notice, Max, with the spyglass slight variations that occur. Like the circuit, the arcane elements that keep going around are a pattern that repeats every like second or so. But within that prismatic sphere, there is coloration that changes with each revolution of that arcane circuit. There's a slight like change in glow. And there is at one point a color that is like on the spectrum, indigo-y, like almost fading completely out in color, that you just barely look through that chaotic force. You think you can see maybe a figure within it. Give me a spot check. And Lanray, I will also allow you, because you're a ranger with very finite capabilities, to do a spot check even without the spyglass here. Yeah, that's about right for Max. Max, you're like, oh, there's something in there. Lanray, the DC for you was much higher. Max only had to hit a 10. Your spot check for this was going to be DC 20. So you do pass. As you look in, there is a large-sized, maybe 8 or 9 foot diameter object in the center of this cloud of chaos and color. And it appears like the chaotic energy that's at the outside of the sphere, like a ball at like one of those electric balls at Spencer, is focused towards the center, towards this 8-foot diameter object in the center. So whatever's happening on the edges of this sphere seems to focus into the center of it, onto this object. So
I basically say, does anybody else see an object there? And I'm assuming the answer is no.
No, Max doesn't know. I mean, he's like intently trying to, but he doesn't know how to do a magic eye, evidently. So
I yell out, should I shoot it? After I describe it to them.
Okay, you can describe that to the rest of them. Max, do you think you should shoot it? The object in the center. Do you think Lanray should fire an arrow at it? Finry's like, I don't think you should fire arrows into magic spheres.
I say hold off for a minute, because that could disrupt the field potentially. GM. Since I got the spyglass going, right? I'm looking around. When I see this mechanism that might be the source of the thing,
it's an elder brain.
Is it? Or are you just joking?
No, I am.
Godolphin snaps out of his weird stare and is looking at you, Max.
Okay. All right. Max doesn't see that because he's looking through the spyglass. So I for some reason I think that's the source of the arcane, or at least it's feeding the chains that then are creating the prismatic sphere. Maybe.
That does. I would say with your spellcraft, you have figured out that must be the thing that is generating the sphere. Yes.
Okay. So
I'm gonna quick mind dump everybody, or lore dump everybody.
Go for it.
The elder brains were imprisoned in this by the gnomes. The gnomes were seeking to tap into their power, and they largely succeeded. There was one that got away, and I'm going to look over to past the barrier into the city. I think we already ran into that one.
Did we fight an elder brain?
We went into the building. There's an elder brain in the ruins that we chose not to engage.
Yeah, you guys in the library zone walked into a hallway that had tentacles, and like a bright light erupted, and you guys just barely got back behind the.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna lore dump this into the chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on one second. But this is essentially what you're saying to them, Madolfir, I take it.
As much as I can, yeah. In Madolfir's way of speaking, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right. he's not going to be as succinct, but
It's a lot. I will also post it in Discord where it might be easier to read, I guess.
These guys are Elder Brains are aberrations, right?
They are. Yep.
Can aberration is what, dungeoneering?
Yes.
Dungeoneering?
Yes.
All right. I want to see. Can I roll? Are you finished dumping?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll. Regardless.
All right. What I'm trying to look for is like information that I might remember about Elder Brains and their ability to control people.
Sure. Yeah.
the answer to that is yes.
Yeah, you definitely know from many mythical tales. I mean, Elder Brains have generally held a place like dragons of myth. Not experienced. Most people who say they've run into one are not believed in society. But, a running part of their mythology is that Elder Brains have the ability to control other beings, both multiple beings as well as like literally moving the body parts of a single person to do as they wish.
Okay. So, the way I understand prismatic sphere is that it doesn't actually block anything, right?
Hold 1 second. Sorry, I have a bunch of crap open right now.
I mean, it blocks line of sight, but like it's not a solid object being created, right?
Yeah, it's not a solid object. It's a plane of light. It protects you from all forms of attacks if you were to believe that it was outward facing. But something about this seems weird. It's almost like reversed to you. As you got that really high spellcraft check, you're like, I've studied this spell. It's not supposed to look like this. It's almost as if it's protecting the other way around, like it's containing.
Okay, so they put up the prismatic sphere, and then the green cloud from Freakazoid showed up, and it turned inside out.
Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it does seem like this is more meant to contain than protect.
Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, with that lore,
I do think I could cast into it.
You could, yeah. The way it's faced does not seem like it would stop something from passing through it in this direction.
Hold on. Forces of the moon Kyre cleanse the space of the flame. This is necessary.
Since my knowledge question was so basic, can I also get information about alignment?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, are these things like...
They are self-serving. They thirst for all knowledge and control, and power. They are essentially, from your understanding of how Elder Brains are created, come from Mind Flayers or Illithids. They are essentially the transcended form of an Illithid who has like left all need of physical capability and has complete control over the psionic and forces of Arcana.
Okay.
Yes, evil. But, not like an evil that's looking to necessarily kill everything in its wake. It's an evil that is self-serving.
Are they lawful evil or chaotic evil?
No, you believe them to have... Elder Brains, the one thing that Illithids and Elder Brains believe in is an order that needs to be established in the world. So they are extremely lawful. in the sense of their own beliefs, what
Yeah.
they believe the order of the world should be.
There is a set of tenets.
Yes.
They're not necessarily my character's set of tenets. Yeah, I understand.
Or civilizations. Yes. Yeah. Like these guys are very anti-entropy, I guess.
But
pro-entropy.
Lawful also kind of usually, I mean, even with like, like demons, right? It implies a character trait of it's not just adherence to your set of like beliefs, but also it implies sticking to contracts and agreements, right?
That's true. Yes. I mean, whatever, like a very lawful being, whatever they establish as agreement, because everything has to have some way of agreement or disagreement. If you can get to terms with one of these, they would truly follow it. They cannot break their own codes. So yes,
my meta questions are done.
Yeah, you believe if you were to come to an agreement with an elder brain, they would follow suit potentially. Yeah.
I don't necessarily share that because it's a little wacky, but
yeah. I mean, you also know that a contract can be easily manipulated. There's stories of obviously fey, arch beings that create contracts that, unless you read the fine print, you get screwed over.
Yeah. The gnomes created these elder brains. Is that what I'm reading in that first passage?
Yeah, what he's told you essentially is that, I'll give you the breakdown. Essentially, long ago, the gnomes and the elves were really the two races of living beings on the continent. And the elves were favored by the gods because of, their adherence, their following of everything that was created in the lands. And the gnomes always were constantly trying to break and change what was created. The only problem was the elves just didn't procreate and replenish their numbers. So the gods created other races, the orcs, the Abixians, the humans, the dwarves, and attempted to stop the gnomes from doing what they were doing, which was constantly changing this world that was established. The gnomes started to understand how to actually tap into the Solin of Saldia, the arcane lines that cross the continent, the power well that is actually embedded in this plane of existence, which essentially began this intrusion of champions and beings that kept coming in and trying to destroy the Kragan Empire. The gnomes created these massive things to protect themselves, including the biggest of them was the Solin Wheel, which was supposed to be this enormous barrier that connected all of the city-states of the kingdom, and created a means where nothing of an exterior planar existence could pass through it. This went poorly. They did not have control of the powers that they were attempting to control, and it erupted in various city-states at different times. This location, Afrin Crag, seemed to become isolated from the rest as the entire kingdom dissolved over the course of 84 years of conflict, and they started focusing more on how to protect themselves. They created a lens with an arcane focus that adapts the forces of the moon to cleanse a space of divine influence and magics, including any kind of hereditary elements of the divine that are imbued onto a being, curses, plagues that the gods would inflict against enemies. The second was a reflective barrier that they created to keep those champions that weren't from another plane from being able to get into the inner depths of the city itself, a reflective barrier that confused the divine champions that were trying to infiltrate. And then lastly, and these were created essentially by elder brains. These elder brains came from cultivation. They were harvested from the strange aberrations that formed out of the magics that the gnomes were practicing. And they basically like genetically mastered these aberrations to create the ultimate powerful power sink, like a well for what they were focusing, even more powerful than the crystals. At some point, there were two elder brains that they cultivated. At some point, one of those brains basically broke loose, forcing the city to like fall back, and using that final brain to teleport everyone that survived out of this city to some other place in great airships. And the final Arcanist took the remainder of the city that existed and actually teleported that city out of this space, leaving behind this chained elder brain who has been here since, and evidently that loose elder brain that is exterior. And this elder brain is tired of waiting for someone to release it. It is telling you it will give you anything that you need if it is released.
Hey, question in the middle for Discord.
Okay, yeah, let me see. The elder brain tells you, so I'll just speak it out loud. The care lens, the moon lens, he tells you that it is shaped like a lens that only appears in the correct conditions. It requires a rhythmic sound to initiate it. It is almost sonically initiated. Like a spoken word initiates some magics. This is initiated through a rhythmic percussive sound.
Like a drummy?
He kind of like says, yes, like a drum.
Here are the drums that go tonight. And a beaming crescent moon shining. Crescent moon. Recall the in my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like open communication with the same. Recall the script that the one that's moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. Hear the drums echo tonight, and what we know about that, and ask him.
Yeah.
Does he know what this is a reference to?
He says, I don't spend my time learning childhood songs, but it doesn't sound like the beat of that though. And he sort of like starts, as you say the phrases, he's like going, like in your head you hear, and he's like, the beat of that is the same as the prismatic or the planar rhythm. But the words, he's just like, those are nice words. Yeah, he's like, the words are meaningless, but the rhythm is that of the planes.
Okay, so I like Medilfer's like super confused right now because it seems like Medilfer's come to a point where I don't know. This is like maybe the end point for the Lost startup thing, right? But I'm having a hard time. You know, elder brains are by and large known to be evil creatures. Mm-hmm. This, however, is not an elder brain that was like born of or cultivated in natural sense. Like what I mean, the natural sense that an elder brain is born. These were created. So, do they necessarily follow the same? It's like, it's like,
yeah. I mean, hard to say, right? I mean, what you know is that this being is stating that he will give you anything that you want if he's set free.
Well, yeah, but that's so would any devil, right? There's always a catch. And he's an elder brain. And I played Baldur's Gate 3, okay? I know the slippery slope there. Damn.
There is one way. I shall do what you seek, but you must release me. This is the point in the game where it says, click to find out more, or don't click.
So purely from an RP perspective, right? Modelfer does not like the fact that these beings were created and then what's the word? Taken advantage of, right? By a group of beings seeking power.
Yeah.
But did they create something that is now going to be more of a threat than they were ever?
Yeah. He is not talking about what would happen once he's released. He simply has one goal, to be released, and he's willing to tell you guys information, potentially give you all powers that you would not otherwise be able to receive through how, unclear, but you guys have experienced a lot of craziness down here. Maybe he has access to information about that.
Like turning us into thralls.
No. And yeah, I mean, all he's saying is release. Now, as you guys look down, Max, with your spyglass, you look down and you're like, I mean, maybe I know how to release him, but innately you don't know what even would release him. There's this crystal that's controlling a circuit, but that might just be the outward facing aspect of this. If you don't know what would happen if you tried to destroy that crystal, for instance.
Can I do like an intelligence check of some sort to determine if basically Modulfir's explanation of the situation makes sense? Like,
sure, yeah, I'll allow that. Sort of like a logic test.
Is it just intelligence, or is it a skill check?
How about like knowledge history? Do you have knowledge history?
I have all the knowledge. It's my only superpower.
Yeah, your superpower might come in handy here.
He's like Thanos without the muscles. He's cursed with knowledge.
Okay.
Well, so sometimes it depends on the dice.
So it's weird. This is kind of drawing from history knowledge you have, a little bit also from your archivist, this knowledge of different kinds of weird religious beliefs. And the strange thing that kind of itches your brain here, Max, is that you know of the stories of Haptha and like some of the stuff the Elder Brain is talking about, which occurred, what you believe is that the Elder Brain before its existence couldn't possibly have known some of that. However, gnomes live a really long time, and if they created this thing, he could have telepathically figured it out through reading their brains. So, like, logically, it could make sense that a being that didn't exist yet would know so much about prehistory. What itches your brain, though, is that, like, so many of the tales that date back before written history about Haptha, about the origin stories of orcs, of dwarves, really kind of are unified in what he's describing. Like you're not a religious person, and a lot of those texts that you've read through your archivist background and just study never made sense on their own. But you feel like in this explanation, like, damn, maybe this is like a unified theory of those religions. It does make logical sense to you, what he's saying. And in terms of the arcana, you've observed that kind of arcana in these gnomish ruins and elsewhere, like this trapping of power. So that logically also makes perfect sense that they might escalate that to a different level.
Okay, GM.
Mm-hmm.
I want a specific question I want to ask,
Okay.
and I don't know how to resolve it, so that's on you.
Well, just ask the question.
Is this elder brain what is powering the field that prevented us from getting to the docks up above? Or is the energy is this a battery? Right?
Right. There is a high likelihood that the barrier that is up against the rest of the ruins is not associated with this being. It could be that kind of a magic, although widely spread, could have been created as a permanency by the Arcanists before they left. It could be an ongoing element like you've seen elsewhere in gnomish ruins. It seems like it wouldn't necessarily require the kinds of power that you're seeing harnessed here, 9th level magic permanency, to do that. But it could. I mean, it would just be like a waste of the kinds of powers that this Elder Brain seems to be powering in this location.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. He's not okay. So the Elder Brain is not powering the prismatic sphere. What I'm trying to figure out what is the mechanism using this Elder Brain to power?
Yeah, he senses that question in your head, and in your head he responds, "I am the power of my own demise." Yeah. He is literally his powers are being taken from him somehow and used to imprison himself.
But he didn't initiate it.
He didn't initiate it. He says that the Arcanist gnomes that entrapped him to use him as an arcane power essentially created that.
Okay, but what else does it power? Right? Like it's powering the trap, fine. But like out of this local system, is there any conduit I can figure out that would show that arcane energy is being siphoned off elsewhere?
Yeah, he basically tells you that his imprisonment, the powers that he is using, is solely for the teleportation from this location, and all the rest of the mechanics that are involved here are created around him. So the barrier, the pumps that funnel all of the water that's required for the teleportation portal into that bathtub. All of that mechanism is not powered by him. That is powered elsewhere. His power is focused solely on his self-containment and the actual teleportation. Adolphir, I see in your channel. Yep.
Good fucking luck.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In your head, Medolphir, he whispers. Well, he doesn't whisper, he just telepathically says, "I am not your enemy. My release shall give me back the powers that I should have. One who releases me is not the one who I would seek vengeance against."
Do we all hear that, or is it just Medolphir?
Medolphir's talking in his head with the Elder Brain. So it's in his head.
And then out loud and in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Then who would be?
He just goes, "I am prisoners."
Flash images of memories of everything we've encountered regarding like the gnomes and the and Terthus and everything that we've experienced.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like you flash images in your head as hard as you can concentrate of like Lady Veladrake and Terthus, and he's like, no, there's no reaction.
And what's his face? The guy that we killed, that we still have his body for some reason.
Ivandir.
Yeah, Ivandir.
Yeah, and as that image occurs, something interesting occurs. You feel like a ooh, my head. As you think of Ivandir. And in your head, Midolfer, he goes, yes, that one. He promised to release me. But he failed to do what he promised. I will seek vengeance against him and all of his like.
There's no need, for he is already dead.
And then as he searches your mind, he goes, I see that.
For the record, we don't have his remains anymore.
Yeah, you guys did dump that at some point because it was getting gross.
Okay.
I do have his skull. I have his skull, I think, somewhere.
Yes, I think you were keeping that because of that skull belt that Flicker Wisp was creating. Yeah, I mean, he seems very happy that a being who did not fulfill the agreement is dead.
Okay, so I'm going to ask him then point blank. Well, hold on. Max, what race are you?
I'm human.
Didn't we? Oh, God, Flicker Wisp.
And Finra are both gnomes.
And Finra. I'm going to ask him, all gnomes? Or just the ones from the past that were those that imprisoned?
He whispers, those involved in the Kraken.
And then what?
What about their ancestors? Not ancestors, the descendants of those involved. Oh, I wouldn't know, but never mind. It's in your head, right? Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's. I hear Midolfir's half of this conversation, right?
Yeah, I guess Midolfir's speaking out loud. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm saying it on mic, I'm saying that out loud in character.
Okay.
When I hear the line of questioning you're leading with, I say, "Oh, and check to see if their descendants are automatically guilty."
Yeah, I mean, what are those that came after that had nothing to do with it?
All of those involved and who were created from those involved must perish.
So, 2 more questions. And what then? What when you've run all of this bloodline and all of these beings down, what would you do then? What's your purpose after that?
He there's a pause. And he in your head, you feel just the slightest twinge of tension. And he goes, after that, then order.
I'm gonna look at the members of the party and be like, just yeah, no. That's in releasing him, we might temporarily cause have a boon to our efforts, but ultimately he would seek to enslave everybody on this planet, of course.
Max is like, "Yep, that checks out."
Finry looks at you, Manolfir, and goes, there's not really any talking to the side. He can read our thoughts, I think. So if you're thinking it, he already knows that.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay,
There's no
good.
avoiding that. There's no avoiding that.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say to him out loud, can you not then see that in releasing you, we sign our own doom?
Takes a breath. However, an elder brain might breathe. And in your thoughts, he says, once the gnomes are gone, I do not require to be on this plane.
The problem with that is that not all of those gnomes that are alive today are responsible for your predicament. And there are those that are close to me that are gnomish that I would not see harmed.
He searches through your brain. And as you mentioned that, you can't help but think of Flickerwisp, and obviously Finry next to you. And the brain goes, the one named Flickerwisp is not of my concern. He does not come from this plane. And you, and now you hear in your head, or in Finry's head, he hears, you are not a concern, as you are not a gnome. You are created by magic. And Finry's like, that's kind of rude. I mean, I'm not a gnome, but he kind of nailed me, actually. Yeah, that is fair.
That was rude. Oh, man.
Yeah, Flickerwisp is not from this world. He is an extraplanar being who happens to resemble gnomes here.
But there are gnomes here that are like not like knowing that he would kill all gnomes, or seek to hunt down all gnomes, and still willingly release him is really kind of an evil action.
I mean, do you recall the thousands of innocent gnomes in Mudwallow in Terthus, and those who weren't, evil or trying to do anything, those who were just kind of living on the fringes of society? You've never been to a gnomish city proper, I don't believe, like Kraken cities.
Yeah, but there's too many. Like it's like he's talking about completely wiping out all gnomes because of his past, and not all gnomes are evil, or we're part of the same mindset. So I can't tell him.
Yeah, it's the whole sins of the father thing,
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I tell him I cannot. I cannot do this. I will not release it, because his choice is to eradicate an entire population of people that had nothing to do with this person. Some of them maybe, but not all of them. Just because they are descendants of, that's not that doesn't sit right with me. That is a loss of freedom that I'm not willing to give.
Finry kind of pulls you guys aside and starts whispering to you, and then realizes like there's no point to this, and just starts speaking out loud. Here's a weird thing, guys. If he's able to control us like he did with the lever, then why isn't he just controlling us to release him?
No, I've already thought that. I just had I'm like,
Yeah.
It's like why does God need a spaceship?
Yeah. The brain responds in each of your heads. The control that stops me here is located with the Arcanists, where they have gone. The only means is to go. And at this point, you realize the paradox. If he were to control you to jump into the teleportation portal, he would no longer be able to control you on the other side. So you would have to do it on your own free will.
Yeah, so his control isn't like a dominate spell, it's a immediate field situation.
Yes, there's something about the way that the prismatic capability, what's being sapped out of him that's not able to use what an Elder Brain would completely be able to normally.
Yeah, but it doesn't operate like a gaze or
No.
whatever. It's he would be able to control us while we're near him.
Suggestion, let's say, as opposed to dominate.
Yeah.
No, I'll have no part of this.
Then you shall not find what you are looking for, and the rest of you shall not get the powers that are found in the secret city.
See, I think I have found what I'm looking for.
Okay. If you feel that way, what are you guys doing? I mean, you're at an impasse. You can either release or follow through in this, essentially what sounds like a quest that involves teleportation to some other place to release him, or you can get the fudge away from this Elder Brain.
Max always likes an opportunity to get more information, so he's going to feign. He's going to sort of be like, okay, so what does this other place look like? Like, if you teleport us, what do we expect?
Max, always the Archivist, is like, just much like the Elder Brain, in constant seeking of information. He describes it to you, Max. A secret city. He saw in the minds of the Arcanists when it occurred what they were planning. A city that floats, still on the material plane, connected with airships, away from the knowledge of anyone else in civilization, so that champions and other beings could not find them, because they were still paranoid about the divine seeking revenge. It is a city of great arcane power and technology, the likes of which might only be found otherwise in the outer planes. And now it makes sense, like, this entire lake structure kind of makes more sense to you. It's not natural and geologic. This entire place was carved and teleported out at some point through that final arcane ritual.
I say we go.
Go where?
To that place.
Oh.
I have other thoughts to speak once we're away from this guy.
Yeah, Max is kind of into that idea. So yeah.
Landray, do you wish to travel through the portal and trust what the brain is saying and go to this floating island?
I will. Yeah, I mean, I agree with Dolphy and Mac, and to talk separately, away from this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no hiding your thoughts, though. And not in the range that is available to you guys right now.
Yeah.
Finry kind of chuckles and goes, "This means I got to turn the dials again, huh?"
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So you guys, just to be clear, you guys are not agreeing with the Elder Brain, but you're just going to pretty much surpass him, go and do the operation, force him to enact the teleportation magic that he seemingly doesn't have power over, and just go through the portal.
Well, I mean, so we did learn that teleportation portal does take us to the place that he's saying that the mechanism is in. Yes?
Yeah, Max is smart enough that he phrases things like he was kind of toying it along, like the idea of it, he wasn't 100% sold. So I will say, with Max's intelligence, it is, the first time that this elder brain has really formatively come across somebody. Imagine the scene with in The Princess Bride, right? The poison scene. Like Max's brain is triple reverse psychologying the elder brain to give more information. So yeah, you did discern what you believe honestly, that this portal will lead to that floating city.
Can he control can you control the constructs to not engage us while we reactivate the teleportation?
Of course, they are my mud golems, but why should I if you are not going to pursue our agreement? And it's at this time that you see those constructs crawling up the walls. They seem to have been put into a position of being docile, but in reading your mind and feeling that like maybe you guys won't agree to this, they've become more active.
Max speaks up and says, yeah, right now, we don't like the idea. But if you send us there, who knows? Maybe there's a chance that we find ourselves in a position where we do what you want.
Man.
There's a 0% chance versus a non-0% chance. Your call.
You're talking to a extreme lawful being about probability, and he doesn't fucking like that. Yeah.
He understands 0%.
He does understand 0%, yes. Interesting. The construct still arising.
Maybe in 10 years, another group of idiots walks in here, and you can, if we don't do it, you at least tried. If in 10 years another group of idiots walks in here, maybe you can convince them.
Finrey looks to you, Lanray, and goes, even if we don't get concurrence from him, we probably can fly these parasails down and just start the process before those constructs get us.
I nodded him.
Yeah, let's go.
Finrey jumps onto the parasail. Madolfi, are you jumping on?
Yeah.
Okay, Lanray, give me a dex check. In this moment, the brain is kind of just like, you're like trying to like kickstart it. You're on the ground. You're like, this is not working. And in this hesitation that occurs,
as Lanray, aren't I?
What's that?
I was on the same one.
Yeah,
same,
you can attempt.
sales.
Yeah. Let's see how you do.
Sweet.
It's gotta be over a 10.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Finrey does take off, but seeing you guys faltering, he's like, "Come on, what are you doing?" And in this kind of action that has occurred, the constructs do understand hostility now as they rise up. They are on the ridges, just coming up above the ridges on these two sides. Oops, sorry. In this moment, and they will have become hostile towards you. So I'm going to go ahead and initiate to see if you guys can get out of this encounter with them. An initiative. Go ahead and roll your initiative. So really the goal of this initiative is either killing these things and not having to worry about them, or just getting away from them as quickly as possible. And the top of Max, go ahead and roll yours.
Dexterity again? Or initiative?
No, initiative, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, Max, you are at the top of the initiative. So Lanray has failed to start this. You could wait for him to try it again. What are you doing?
No, I'm going to try to start.
Okay, go for it.
13.
13 is enough. You are able to move it 60 feet. So show me just point to the 60-foot grid that you wish to move to. Like use your.
Can I? Is there any way? So which one? We're trying to get back to the other room.
Yeah, that's what Finry was saying. He's like, if we can get back to the controls, I can just start the process without killing these guys.
Okay, and this guy is down below.
He is at 80 feet. He is just at the edge.
Parallel to us. Okay.
Yes, parallel to you guys.
Or same elevation, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, up on the top of the bathtub.
So 60 feet. There's no double distance or anything like that.
Not with the parasail, no. So I'll drag you both once you tell me which grid you're going to.
Yeah, I'm worried about going over the middle.
Sure.
That platform is there, though.
Yeah, the platform is up on the top right now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, there is a platform at the top right now.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I go 60 feet here.
Okay, yep. You can do that.
On top of the platform, not below it.
Yes, noted. Okay, that is your turn. Finry will go next to try to move you guys. Madolfir. So Finry's going to roll to follow suit. Yeah, he got a 14 natural roll, 19 total. So he's going to move you guys also. Similar to Max to that position.
No.
No? You want to guide him to a slightly different position?
Yeah, somewhere over here.
Okay.
Somewhere as far out of range from this guy as possible.
Understood. Okay. You do so. That is Finry's turn. Lanray, you are not in control for once of this parasail. You could take over control by using up your action to like take it back over for next turn so that Max has got his abilities open, or you could fire off an arrow if you want.
I would take back control.
Okay. So then go ahead and roll. No, don't roll anything because you guys have already moved, but yes, noted. So you are not, you're going to have your hands free. You're not taking your weapons out to fire. Next turn, you will be able to have control fully of this.
You got it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, this construct is going to, let's see, it casts a 10, so it's got a 50-foot total range. 50 feet is not very far, so it's going to move. It's going to come back. It's going to go on top of this platform and go to there. And from there, it still can't reach you guys with a scorching ray. So it is going to just move further onto this platform to there. That is its turn. Adolfir, your turn. You can't really move the parasail any further, and so really your options are, attacking, etc.
I don't know if you saw it earlier, but in chat I put that I put Bingerfield up and had the Battle Axe of Vanish equipped.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you can do that.
I am going to hold action to see what this guy does while yelling to the group, go up and then over.
Okay, noted.
My held action is going to be on if this guy gets close and looks like he's casting magic.
Okay.
Man, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, he's gonna do just that. He gets to this point and he looks like he's taking aim on Finry. What are you doing?
So, question mechanically, this is a ray, right?
It is.
If he aims that at Finry, can I use my action to move to intercept?
I'd allow it. I would allow you to take on the if he has multiple rays, but if he were to focus his ray in one location, if you could instantaneously with a free action block it, then yes, I would allow that. Or, I would say since you held your action, you could block it like that way too. Not with movement though. It would have to be like an action that does that.
Okay. That's going to be my held action then.
Okay. So
I'm trying to intercept it. I'm going to try to intercept a ray, what we just talked about.
How will you try to do that? With the axe?
Or myself.
You wouldn't be able to do it with your physical because that would essentially equate to a move action. So you would have to use a magical device to do it because it's a swift action.
Okay, then yeah, if I can do it with the axe, then I'm gonna try and do that. Yeah.
Okay, so you just use the axe to just position yourself on the other side of the parasail, which is here, which blocks the direction of the ray, I'll say. So you will take, if you do not pass this, these 3. So, you don't have spell resistance. So
nope.
Really, oh wow, that first roll is shit. So that doesn't hit you. That's a touch attack 3. But 14 probably hits through your touch AC.
Actually, I'm currently enraged, and that should have already dropped.
That should have dropped, yeah. Go ahead and drop your rage. And Max, your Archon's focus will have already ran out also. As would...
I'm having a hard time remembering how to drop my rage. I think it's on me.
All the elations would be gone as well by now. And the shield that you had, Lanray, as well.
There we go. Which puts my touch AC. It's 14.
It is 14. So it does strike.
Yeah.
You take 13 points of fire damage. Max, your cat's grace would be down. Your mage hand's still going, if you wish, and your elation's down. Okay. That is the deformed construct's turn. It's back up to you, Max. Lanray has wrestled you for control, so you no longer have to control it. He has retaken it now, so your hands are free.
So if I understand the situation right, we're trying to get back to the other room so that we can teleport. So we don't necessarily need to destroy these things. Is this guy dead up here?
He is dead. For whatever reason, his little dead tag keeps falling off him.
Okay. I think it's because he was in the initiative order before or something. I don't know.
Ah, okay. There we go. Dead again.
Just remember, my golfers had to fly up and then just... or suggested, not said, suggested.
To move up?
But you're not the one who necessarily is controlling the direction. Lanray is taking back over.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm not doing it. Alright.
Any spells you wish to cast?
They all suck. No. No. I'm just going to... I'm going to not do an action so that if Lanray doesn't roll properly, I can try.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Okay. So Finry is going to go ahead. Try to just move this with you sort of hopping to the other side. Adolfir, he looks over to you and goes, "Thanks, buddy." And then, rolled 20. That is going to definitely be enough to move. He's going to go upward as you instructed. He's going to go 30 feet up and end up right there with you here. He's like, eventually we have to go through them, but we can try to get out of here as quickly as possible. That is
That
his.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Landray, it is now your turn if you wish to move.
Yeah, let's get it going.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's definitely enough. So where do you want to go? 60 feet. Okay. Now, you'll only go about 55 if you're going up 30 like the rest of them did. Yeah, so you can
Got
get
it.
up
Yeah.
to...
I'll follow their same path. Yeah.
Okay. Nobody spot check my... Okay, so that would lead you guys to here. And here. And at 110 now. Okay. Okay. That is your turn. This construct on the left is going to take aim at you, Lanray, with his Scorching Ray. They are running low in this ability. I didn't. Everyone. Complete shit rolls. 3 touch attack with a natural 2 roll and a 9. Is your touch AC 9 or less?
No.
Okay. The rays erupt along your sides of your parasol, but do not strike you. Medolfir, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I'm gonna hold action again to deflect if I have the need.
Okay, yep. This deformed construct seemingly tapping out of, like, you can kind of tell these constructs, like their battery charger on their little, like, visor is starting to go low. He is going to attempt to strike at you, Lanray, which you believe is his final Scorching Ray. The 20 will hit, but he rolled a set. Oh, sorry. The 7 won't hit, obviously, but the 20, I believe, should hit your touch AC.
Yep. Yeah.
So you take 13 points of damage. This thing will move afterwards to here, just underneath you guys, essentially. And that is its turn. Max, it is back up to you. Is there anything that you wish to do, or just go for the ride? You there, Max?
Sorry.
No worries.
What was that?
Is there anything you want to do on your turn, or are you just going for the ride with Landray right now?
My main concern is that Medolfir just took damage, right?
He did, yep.
Am I close enough? We're like 10 feet away, aren't we?
You have Mage Hand.
We're 30 feet up.
Mage can't deliver, I don't think.
Oh, yeah.
We're 30 feet above him.
Above the creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
He's trying to reach out to you to heal you, I think.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. No.
These things cannot fly, can they?
No, they've been crawling. They can climb really well, but not fly.
Alright. I'm gonna put up a wall of force.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Kinda... like that.
Yeah, smart move.
To basically create a barrier between us and these guys. As wide as it can be. 10 feet per level, so that's 90 feet.
Okay.
90 feet
right
is
at
all the way
90.
across, basically, right?
Okay, yep.
Across the entire platform, like that.
Gotcha, yep.
That's my turn.
Okay, good move. You guys create like a barrier behind you so that they can't move, and it's blocking potentially. You think that they might be out of Scorching Rays at this point, but you never know. Dex check from Finry. Ooh, you rolled pretty low. What's that result in? An 8. For a moment, he falters. Medolfir, you may have to take control. It does not move on this turn on his roll. He's like, shoot, God, I hate this thing. And it's just like flapping strongly against him. Lanray, what you doing? You rolling?
Yeah, trying to go as fast as possible.
Yep. You guys are real close to the edge if you can make it here. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, so show me 60 feet where you want to go and if you want to come back down in elevation now. Yeah, you want to go straight to the edge of there? Okay. Yep. Can do. And are you staying at the same elevation?
Yeah, I mean, just
for this turn. Okay.
For this turn, yeah.
Okay, noted. This being is going to attempt to come across this wall and finds himself blocked. I assume it went all the way down to the platform elevation, right, Max? There's no gap. So he's just going to keep bumping into this, and in a frustrating manner... Ooh. Yeah, he's just going to, like, slam against it. But it has no effect. That's his slam attack here. That is its turn.
Oh my god.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, Medolfir, as you try to take it back over from Finry, you are stumbled in this position. You are not able to take an action. Like, you are essentially the equivalent of a stunned. Like, you're just not in a position to be able to do anything right now.
I tried.
But the good news is both of these constructs are still trying to figure out why they can't come and destroy you by going through this wall. Max, it is back to you. Are you doing anything in this moment, Max?
Looking back and seeing the trouble they're having, there's not a whole lot I can do from this far away, so I'm just going to hold my action in case Lanray has similar problems.
Okay. Let's see. Finry's back. He's going to try to take back over control. Let's see. I mean, you guys are pretty well protected in this moment. So even though he's rolling like shit, it is enough to get it going again. So he's going to come... He's going to start ducking down in elevation again at that point. So as you guys reach to this... why did that just move? As you guys reach this location, he will have ducked down to 80 feet again. Along with you, Medolfir. You guys are very close to the entrance here. Lanray, it looks like you would just need one more to pretty much get right up against that doorway. Out of harm's way, potentially now. Okay, yeah. With that, you guys essentially have gotten yourselves away from any potential dangers at the precipice of this. I will go ahead and say that, what damage has occurred is what's going to occur until these things figure out to go around the wall, which in this moment they are still very confused about. So I'm going to pull off initiative. Are you guys rushing as quickly as possible into the control room?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll see why not.
Yeah, Finry immediately hops off as he approaches the controls. He's like, I think I even remember the numbers, and he starts changing the dials, at times referring back to that book with the numbers as he sets it up. It takes about 3 turns for him to do it, but he's pretty quick at it now, having done it twice. And as it sets in the final position, you look outside the door and you see that the constructs are just now figuring out to start climbing back down the platform apparatus. They're at the edges of the platform abutments and they're starting to climb down the bathtub again. But the mechanism has initiated. The water is rushing back in, covering up where that Elderbrain was previously seen, or at least the chaotic field around him, filling quickly. It has risen in like mere seconds. The water level rises back to the initial level of the stepwells, and it is roiling quickly. And you look out, and it is starting to brighten. The platform is lowering now. After about 30 seconds, it looks like it is at its peak sort of intensity again.
Just need to touch the water.
The constructs have made it a lot closer now on the walls outside. Are you guys sprinting for the water?
Yeah. Well, not sprinting. We're flying. We're taking these damn things with us.
You're taking the parasols with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So, in order to sort of... I'm going to say this. This is going to be like a Star Wars Thread the Needle situation. Whoever is controlling the parasail, with a DC 20, you will essentially get there as needed immediately, charging out the door. So that means the door creates a bit of an obstacle. You guys are going to fly through it so well that you just are not slowed down by it at all. If you hit a DC 20, if you hit a DC 15, you guys are going to not quite get to the water edge. You're going to be just at the precipice of it. And less than a 10 and it doesn't move at all. So, Lanray, I assume you're going to be the one that attempts this?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do Finray's.
Just another dex, right?
Yep. Finray's is not good enough to get there immediately.
And can the other riders attempt to do theirs? And
yeah, Lanray, you can essentially not go into the water if you wish, seeing Finray who's not gonna be able to make it quite.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would need to wait for him, so
okay.
I would just get as close as possible,
Okay, the constructs are going. I'm going to go ahead and say the positioning is as such. You are directly adjacent to the water with the parasail, and Finray is just behind you. He will automatically make it as long as he moves it in the next turn. This construct will be just at the precipice here, 20 feet away. So if something goes wrong, that one might be able to reach you. This one is still pretty far away over here and at 40 feet in this moment. So if something goes wrong here, it'd be a problem. I'm going to go ahead and roll Finray's first. Okay. 10 is exactly the amount he would need. You see, as you look over, he seems to be fine moving it. Go ahead and give me your dex to come that final bit.
Sorry, is that me?
Yes, you, sorry. Okay, you guys both made it a little tighter than it needed to be. But you do successfully move the parasails into the water. You feel your body's essence flash the same way that you felt when you went through the portal to the outer planes, as all four of you go through this portal. And as you open your eyes on the other end, you feel yourself in an extremely confined, dark space. You feel an elbow in your side. Max, you've got a foot somehow lodged in your chest. Lanray, you feel a scaly, kind of limp, dead, stinky body next to you. And Madolfir, you've got the corner of a crate just jabbing you in your rib. It is extremely dark and tight here.
Is it one of the crates that fell in the water when we first activated the portal?
It certainly could be. As you're playing with the legs of the dead thing, you're like, oh yeah, that's a Sard.
With the low light vision, look around and see what I can see other than what's jabbing me in the side here.
What you can see is that you are in some sort of a box and or coffin, or it's a large box. It seems to be a compartment of some sort, but the walls of this space are it's an 8 foot by 8 foot kind of space. It is not large at all, and it is quite short. Your head is bumping into the top.
Can I hear anything from the outside?
Nothing. Silence.
So we're actually in a box as it would?
As you kind of feel the sides of it, it kind of feels like, what the heck? It's stone.
Right, stone box. Someone say, hello.
Do you wish to like press against it at all, or like test as strong
I
as you
mean,
can push it?
Yeah. Not like I get a sense of what's up and what's down.
Yeah, for sure. I
gravity?
mean, there's definitely gravity. So you feel like Max is definitely underneath you. Landry is like crammed into just to the side of you. Like the crate seems to be holding you partially up. You've landed somehow on like half of it, and Max is holding up the other half of you. You're definitely on your back with your legs slightly up right now.
So we teleported into a box?
You teleported into a weird box for some reason, yes.
Yeah, so push on what would effectively be a side wall, not the top or the bottom.
Okay. As you press against the side wall, you're like, oh, nothing is moving. You take 20 in this situation, and you're pressing as hard as you can. It doesn't seem to be moving.
Tap it with the butt of the axe, just like kink, kink, kink. You know, do I hear echo, or is it?
You do. Like you clink it, and there's definitely an echo in this space.
Sorry, I meant to ask. Does it sound like, like when you tap against solid, if there's nothing on the other side, you hear a different cadence to the?
It's stone though. It sounds like it's maybe thick stone, so it's dulled. It doesn't. You can't tell.
All right, so I'm just gonna call out, hello.
Okay, you do so. Finnery is already like, he's like, Landry, you're on my face. But he's like trying to reach out and feel for any seam lines. Max and Landry, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm trying to see if I can move around at all to get
Okay.
the way.
Yeah, you like shift a little bit. Like your boot, unfortunately, steps on Finray's hand. He's like, God, oh, my hand. There's got to be a way out of this stupid box. And he's just cursing to himself. He's like, that fucking elder brain. I don't know how he did it, but he somehow teleported us into this stupid thing. Max, yeah.
I'm just gonna also feel around trying to feel around as much as possible.
Give me a search check. Yep. You have like the most ability with your hands right now. After you drop the sword, as you search around, yeah, with that check, you start feeling around the walls, and you're like, what the? Like, is this? And then you feel the top. You're like, there's like a lid to the top here, but I can't push it up. You're not able to push the lid up, but there's clearly a seam line, like a joint on the lid of whatever you're in.
Do I think, can Max figure out if he's trying to figure out if brute force will save the day?
Mm-hmm, sure. Well, Medolfir kicked the sides of this thing, so that didn't work. But as you look, you're like, well, if there's a seam line on the top, maybe he just needs to push the top off.
Hey, Medolfir, try pushing the top.
Strength check is in the chat.
Yep. With that, there is a quite heavy slab of stone on top of you, Medolfir, but with your strength and pushing your legs, by the way, pressing against Max as you do, partially on the box, partially on Max, as you press your legs like a leg lift, you are able to just lift this stupid stone slab enough that it slides.
For flavor, I want a position where my loincloth is touching his cheek while I'm doing it.
You do. Okay, fair enough. The slab does move, and those of you with dark vision, which is Finry and Medolfir, you see a break in the ceiling of whatever you're in into a larger space. Max and Landray, complete darkness. It is pitch dark in whatever you are in right now, even with the sound of the grinding stone seemingly moving this cover off of the confined space you're in. Guys getting free of each other's junk and legs and dead sards. Who's climbing out first? It's either Laner or Medolfir, because both of you are the ones on kind of the top. Finry and Max are on the bottom.
Do I have it fully open now?
You have it open enough that somebody could come out, yes.
I'm gonna keep it open, right, in case it wants to slam back shut.
Sure.
Tell people to go. Max,
Okay.
you go last.
Okay. Landray, even though you can't see where you're going into, you could step out unless you want to light a torch or something.
I mean, I'll like, as I get up, I'll reach around with my bow and poke around the box to see if I feel a ground or something, you know? Like
Yeah, sure.
What the ground is. Like I see
as you
on something.
As you do so, you like tap around and there's nothing. There's like a lip to it that's maybe 4 inches wide of stone, and then just like a drop off on the other side. You don't feel ground on the other side of it.
I mean, could I get on the lip and hold on to like the inside of the box?
Yeah, definitely. With your capabilities, it'd be very easy for you to just sit on that lip.
Yeah, and I just warn everybody, I don't know if there's any other floor around here. I can't see anything.
Okay. As your legs dangle, you like sit and you like kind of straddle the edge of this stone box that you were in, and your legs don't touch anything on the other side. As you do so, Finry's like, finally. And he just like climbs out of there. He goes ahead of Max. He just climbs on Max to get up to the top of this box and looks over and he's like, we're in another room. There is a ground. It's a pretty big jump though. And he starts climbing down the other side of the box. Landray, you sense him right next to you climbing down the box onto the floor, and you hear the sound of his feet hitting terra firma.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll then follow him. I'll hop down.
Okay. As you hop down, you give me a reflex check or a reflex save. Okay. As you jump down, I mean, your reflexes are crazy. As you jump down, you almost twist your ankle on a loose piece of rubble in this freaking room, but there is ground. You do find it. Finry could have told you that it wasn't stable ground. As you get down, though, you are safely on another ground adjacent to this box, and you feel it is like an 8-foot by 8-foot by 8-foot stone box that you can feel the edges of now. Max, are you next to jump out?
I'm last, right?
Medolfir's holding the thing open by using the crate to sort of press against, but yeah, you're last other than him.
Okay, yeah.
Do you wish to turn on a light of some sort, or do you wish to try to twist your ankle jumping down?
I have the thing, the twig.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and turn it on.
It's already on.
Is it? For some reason,
Yeah.
It's not showing as on your token. It's fine. I'll just add a light to it.
It's on. No, it's on. Are we on a different map? I'm still on.
You're about to be, yes.
Okay. I can see.
I can see too.
Yep.
I can see clearly.
Okay. Max, you with your light twig on are able to crawl out of this box and climb down it without any issues of stumbling or jumping, leaving Medolfir in this box on top of the crate with his back, holding it up. Medolfir, you now see that the stone is completely stable regardless of whether you're pressing it with your legs. It is perched on the edges of what appears to be a rather large 8 foot by 8 foot by 8 foot stone ornate box.
Okay. Muscle up and get out of it.
Okay, you do so quite easily as you stand next to Max. This room that you are standing in, completely dilapidated, falling apart, enclosed. It doesn't seem like anybody has been in here in ages. Dust thick. Other than the light Max is holding, no light whatsoever. On the ground, there is a thick layer of pulverized stone dust that just covers everything. Who knows how it's come into this place, either by teleportations or just age. Are you guys doing anything in the space that you are standing?
So see the door to the north, right?
You and Finry both see a single exit out of this place, a door to the north. Any windows that were in this place appear to have just been bricked or stoned up or something.
This is not a break in the wall, right?
It is not. That's just more wall.
Okay.
To some extent, it looks like this space has almost been bricked up. Like somebody purposely enclosed it off, other than the large iron doors to the north.
Is the top of the box we climbed out of, is it hinged in a manner where you can open the tops and lay them to the sides and leave it open?
It is just a slab that was relying on gravity, so you would be able to. It's a couple 100-pound slab that you would just have to pull off.
Just slide it off.
Yep.
I'm naturally curious. The boxes that fell into it and teleported into it.
Yeah.
Well,
that one crate that was in it. So as you open up that crate, you find several large whetstones that have been packaged almost as if they were meant for transport in a softened packaging around it. You find 12 large whetstones.
Well, okay, Max, look.
Yeah,
You
Max
could probably
knew
use
that
those.
to be quite the haul.
All right. Max starts putting them into the bag of holding.
Other than the dead bodies in here, was that the only crate?
That was the only crate. The only other thing in that box is the sard.
Are the dead bodies completely desolate? Is the flesh all gone? Is it just skeletons?
There's no dead body. There's no dead body.
It's
the dead body of the sard.
It was the sard that we thought that fell in there.
Okay.
Does he? Go through his pockets, dude. Run his pockets. You got anything on him?
Does the sard have any pockets?
No, sards don't have pockets.
Dang it.
I know. It's a real shame.
Other than that, Madover's going to say, hey, it looks like a relatively fortified room we're in right now. It might not be a bad idea to take a little rest.
Okay. Max, as you appraise the 12 large whetstones, you believe them to be worth 12,000 GP.
Woo! Those are big boys.
Nice.
Yeah. This room is dank, dark, enclosed, dusty, but perfectly sealed off for a nice nap. Is anybody searching around, looking as you guys prepare? You don't even need to do the tiny hut. This thing is a tiny hut from the sense of it, Max.
It looks like we are in enough safety. We can do a take 20 on the room. I know there's probably not much there. Is this just wall, or does it look like a doorway that was bricked over?
It looks like a doorway that might have existed that is thickly bricked over. I
don't want to mess with this door until we're ready to go, because if we've got the opportunity to take a rest, I think it would be wise to do so before we potentially run into any other encounters.
Yeah, Max is down spell slots too, so.
Finry goes, I'd be mostly healed up if I could get a nap in. How about the rest of you?
Max has some, let's see. So, Modolfir, obviously.
Yep.
Lanray is the next worst off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I could do healthful rest on the two of them.
Okay. Yeah, Finry's
So
like,
if we-
I don't need that. I'd be fine if I just rest.
Yeah, I mean, I need 19 points or so, which would probably be close if I rested. Forget how much.
So
I can give you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can
No,
I
I
give?
was just gonna say, yeah, if I get the spell with my sleeping bag and with the parapet of wound closure, I get 44.
Yep.
Wait, that doesn't max you out, does it?
No.
Oh no.
Gets him
Oh,
to
no.
about 2/3.
All right. I can give. I've got 3 minors, which are just 1 HP each. Finray doesn't need it, does he?
Finry's like, I'll be a couple HP short after I rest, but I'll be fine. Actually, he wouldn't be if he sleeps in the sleeping bag, but Lanray can take it also.
I think Modolfir has to use the sleeping bag.
But after
Yep.
Modolfir's
Oh,
done
yeah,
resting,
okay.
somebody else could.
So I'll give
Yeah.
3 points to Lanray just by casting minor wounds 3 times.
Okay, so Lanray, go ahead and move up to 45.
And then I'll cast light wounds on Modolfir a couple times.
Yeah,
That
go for it.
actually has a roll though, so let me.
Yep. So that's 7 to you, Modolfir.
And then 8.
Oh, nice. Those were good rolls. All right. So, and then after that, any other spells, or are you guys just doing the sort of tricks with the things you have?
Actually, those rolls were just mediocre, man.
How are they? For cure light wounds?
+5, yeah.
Those
Oh,
are-
I forget. You
and-
get +5 with yours.
Yeah, so that was a freaking 2 and a 3
Yeah.
on the D8s. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'll cast the restful health too, so that when you guys go to sleep, you can get
Yep.
them.
All right. So whoever's going to take the sleeping bag on one shift, they're going to double.
Yep. So I think Lanray, it sounded like you were going to take the sleeping bag since you're 16 short.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works.
So
that'll max you.
Lanray versus Modolfir on the watches. You guys are on 2 different watches. Who's going to do it first?
Modolfir will be on first watch.
Okay, so that means Lanray, you would sleep first.
Sounds good.
Do Lanray and Finry. That way Max can do his spell work stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
Sounds good. Finry's like, yeah, I could use a nap. He like sets himself up. He's like, I'm gonna miss that sleeping bag though. That was some of the best sleep I've ever had. He dozes off.
Actually, sleeping bag to Lanray, parapet to Finry. That way they both have a doubler.
Interesting.
Because the parapet doesn't require it. I mean, in its text, doesn't require any kind of like has to have been worn, by a full day before its effects
Yeah.
work or anything.
Yeah, there's nothing that negates it. So yeah, fair enough. Okay, so with that, Finry's like, it's a nice shiny thing. I guess I'll wear it. It's not the same as a sleeping bag, but okay. So we will pick back up next session with whatever happens during this first rest while you and Max are keeping watch. In terms of like where in this room that you guys would be doing the rest and doing the watch, can you just position yourselves accordingly? Finry kind of picked a corner over here. Okay.
Max is behind the stone. He's behind the stone box.
really good watch. All
I'll
I'll
right,
just
later.
sleep right behind in that wedge of the rock in the wall there.
Okay.
What
How about you?
what key is it that you use to move your thing off grid?
Off grid
Right.
is shift, I think.
And it's not working. But basically, I'm going to be Madolfer's going to be taking watch by sitting right by the door, right in front of the door.
Noted. Yeah, if you click your guy to make him move and then press shift to wherever he goes, it should put you non-grid. But you have to not press control. You have to just click and drag your guy, but before releasing, press shift.
I'm doing that, and it's not working.
Can't help you there.
Not
No
with the
worries.
ruler. Don't do it with
Yeah.
the ruler. Do it with the selection tool.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
there you go. Boom.
Okay. Yep. Okay, noted. So next session, we'll figure out what happens. Before that, I would like Max and Madolfir to both roll a 1d100, and I will give you... There you go, just clicky that guy.
Gross. Okay, that's good. Okay.
Noted. Okay, guys. You find yourselves in a strange room, theoretically on a secret floating island city somewhere that is teleported. Who knows where that is? We'll find out next session.
Woo!
If you guys make it out of the room.
Oh, the brain shenanigans.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. Max is sort of wrestling with him to get a little bit more information was fun. All right, guys. Have a good rest of
Good
your
session, guys.
Sunday. Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Later.
Mhm. Bye.